talk about some important Etsy shop milestones. When a person opens an Etsy shop, it has a dream or a goal in mind that they want to make each month. Sometimes this goal might seem like it is very distant, very in the future. By breaking this big goal down into smaller, actionable, step-by-step process, it will make your life so much easier and this journey so much more enjoyable. That is what I did when I began my Etsy digital products journey. And today I want to share a little bit of my story with you. I will try to recall when did I hit certain milestones. And to do that, I created an Etsy shop milestone tracker. You can get your copy free from my website. You can find the link in the description and in the first pinned comment. You can use it digitally on your iPad, or you can print it out and use paper and pen if that is your preferred method of keeping track of things. Today I'm going to use my iPad. I already have it here in my GoodNotes app, and we are going to go through this list together. And I will tell you about my digital products journey and how I started, why I started, and a few notes here and there. So grab your copy of this milestone tracker and let's talk about these certain milestones. This tracker has two main pages. On the first one, you can track the number of sales that your shop has. You can do this on an ongoing basis or on a monthly basis, and on the other page you can track your monthly revenue goals. When I started, I had a clear revenue goal in my mind, and I still have some, but things aren't going to plan. Before I will share my screen with you here, I just would like to mention a few goals that are not as tangible as the number of sales or the monthly revenue in this case. Why you might start an Etsy shop? Of course, there are some tangible and some less tangible milestones that you can hit with your Etsy shop. Some of the tangible, more clear ones and the more measurable ones are things like the number of sales or your monthly revenue, or the return on investment on your ads, or the number of orders that you get each month. But there are some untangible, some more motivational goals that you can write out for yourself. You can do that on a separate page in GoodNotes or on just a simple piece of paper. And here I'm thinking like covering your monthly grocery bill, or you have a trip in mind that you want to save for and you would like to cover all of those expenses just from the sales from your Etsy shop. Or you might need a new car or just simply new tires for your car and things like that. You can write a list starting with the smallest amount to the largest amount, and you can check them off as you go along. I opened the Etsy shop milestone tracker on my iPad. I am using GoodNotes here, but you can use something like Notability or other annotation apps for Android-based tablets. But here the first page was of course the cover, and then comes the total sales page. And here let's try to fill in the years for each of these. I will try to remember them. But I know that my first sale was back in 2017. I can only write the year because I cannot remember the exact date. So I will write in 2017. That was 6 years ago, almost 6 years. When I think about the fact that I have been doing this for 6 years, I feel like just the time flew by very fast. And the value was around $10 if I remember it correctly. Then the second point here on this list is the first 10 sales. I think that I hit that in my first month, so I will write 1 here. You know what I'm talking about. But you can adapt this list for your story and for your Etsy business journey. So I just gonna write here 1 because that was the first month. The next on this list is 25 sales, and I hit that in my second month. And 50 sales in my fourth month, something like that. At the beginning it was kind of slow, but then it started to roll and I got more and more sales. And I reached my first 100 sales within 6 months. This is the start of 2018, and by the end of 2018 I had more than 1,200 orders. So I would put myself by the end of 2018 somewhere around here, but let's say I will put it to 1,500 because I have 2 shops, so by the end of 2018 I was around somewhere here. And then there comes the big jump in 2019 when I hit the 5,000 sales. Just in one shop in 1 year I had almost 5,400 sales, so This was quite a big jump for me, and the next year was an even bigger jump. At the moment, I believe in both shops I am around 50,000 sales. But that's after 6 years. Some people can do that in 1 year, but in my case this took 5 or 6 years. And then here is the next page. This is the revenue per month. And here I'm going to talk about just one shop. In this case, I'm going to only talk about the editable template shop. And in my first year, I made 500 euros from this shop. So I'm going to put the 2017 to the 500 mark. I do not know the rest of this, but all of those were back in 2017. Back in 2017, I made about 500 euros in the whole year. Well, this is only a few months of the year, not the entire year, because I didn't start in January. Let's say that in the first year I hit my $100 per month milestone. Now, back in 2018 I just checked my official statistics from my Etsy shop, from the editable template shop, and in the whole year I made $12,000. And this means that I was able to hit by 2018 my first month with $1,000. In this shop in 2019 I made 47,000. This is sales, not profit. And I think it is safe to say that we can check off the $3,000 per mark in 2019. And I know that in 2020 I hit my $4,000 and $5,000 targets. The shop made $73,000 that year in revenue. So this means that we surpassed the $5,000 per month mark. And I added here on the bottom that the first $10,000, I know that I surpassed that quite a few times with both shops, but the first time it was in 2021. I think it was June. I remember because I know that I was pregnant and we were doing the renovations for the baby's room, and I know that I paid for those renovations with that money, and I know that happened back in 2021, and I hit that in 2022 as well, at the beginning of the year. So those are the milestones that one of my Etsy digital product shops had over the years. Now, keep in mind, back in 2017 and 2018, I had a full-time job, and I didn't do this full-time like I do it now. And I was able to quit my full-time job in early 2019. And since then, I have been doing this day in and day out, and I still love it. There are many upsides to doing this on a full-time basis, like time freedom, the flexibility of my schedule and things like that. But there are some drawbacks as well, like working from home and becoming a little bit secluded, and I feel like I would need some more company in my life. Of course, we go out and we meet with our friends, but sometimes I feel a little bit lonely when I do this. Here back at home, nobody knows how this works, and they are not familiar with this system and with this business model, and I find myself alone. So if you would like to connect with me and chat more about this, you can leave a comment down below or follow me on Instagram. I try to post as many times as possible, but recently I have been slacking on that. But I want to get back on posting on Instagram, especially in the stories. And if you would follow me here on YouTube and over there on Instagram, it would mean a lot to me, because I know that you know about this journey and you are here with me and you know what I'm going through. I really hope that you liked this video and you appreciated my story here. If you did, hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Download the Etsy shop milestone tracker from my website, it's free, and you can find some other free materials there as well. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye!